Make sure your strap is nearby but not going to hinder you. We're not going to be using it immediately. Make sure that your arms are just slightly wider than your shoulders so that your head can really relax as far down to the mat as you can. You can give your hips a little wriggle from side to side to kind of loosen up the front of the hips. And then gently settle them in center, letting your hip bones and your sit bones draw heavily down towards your heels. And here we're going to start with a passive set of arms, so you can relax your elbows down onto the mat. Start by softening the tummy. So as you inhale, you can let it inflate just a little as you feel the diaphragm pull down into the abdomen. And if you're familiar with Ujjayi breath, that gentle contraction at the kind of the point where you swallow in the throat, that's where the contraction happens, and it creates the oceanic breath. That gentle hum as you inhale and exhale. And this gentle tension in the throat creates a slightly longer and deeper breath that when we start moving and creating binds, which generally create a tightness in the body, you can still find that fullness of breath. It's all about finding space, even when it seems there is none. On your next inhale, look towards your hands, lift your body slightly. Place your left hand in the center of the mat and thread your right arm through, palm face up. Relax your shoulder down and relax your head on the floor. You can lay on top of that right shoulder, so it's quite passive, but we're just gently opening the back of the shoulder. Take deep breaths into the back of the body. Feel the ribs flare as you push air into that turtle shell back. And then melt and get softer as you exhale. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. Keep the eyes closed for as long as you can so you can keep the gaze internally, keep everything focused on how you're feeling rather than how you're looking. And then next inhale, push through your left hand, just slither your right arm back out and switch straight for the other side. Thread your left arm through the hole and then release your shoulder down onto the mat. Try and keep your sit bones evenly grounding towards your heels. Your pelvis will probably want to sink off to one side. Try and keep it central. Do 4 rounds of breath, deep movements in the belly. Next inhale, push through your right hand, use it to unravel your left. Take 2 more rounds of breath with your body recentering. This time extending your fingertips further down the mat so the arms are more engaged. The elbows are lifted. Sit bones pulling back as your fingers reach forward creates this length down both sides of the body. Beautiful. And then use your hands to push yourself back to sit on your heels. And if sitting like this, kneeling isn't comfortable, feel free to cross your legs underneath you. You're going to start to open up the shoulders. So whichever sort of strap you're using, Use it in your left hand and just reach your arm up towards the ceiling and drape your makeshift strap down your back. Bend that left elbow and then use your right hand behind you to hold onto the strap. From here, very gentle pulling of the right arm, which will pull the strap down the back, will create extra stretch on that left tricep. In this position, tuck your front ribs in, drop your tailbone down, and if you'd like to just drop your chin ever so slightly to encourage that length in the back of the body. Take a full breath in here. You're going to stay as you exhale. As you inhale, release the strap. Just open your left arm out to the side. Sweep it around the front. And then cradle the arm in your right elbow. Taking a stretch across the body. Pull that arm across the chest whilst pulling it in towards you. Feeling the opening across the front and the back of that left shoulder. Again, drop the tailbone, elongate the back of the spine. Beautiful. From here, release. Take a full breath in and reach your arms up high. And as you exhale, clasp your hands behind your back, creating an interlock with the fingers. Roll the shoulders back and then down. The fist might land on the floor, and you can use that pressure to lift your chest towards the ceiling. Keep rotating your shoulders back. Now the throat here should be quite neutral. Try not to drop into the back of the neck, which will tighten the front of the throat. The breath is easy, moving in that neutral space. Slowly release. Come back to center. Grab the strap in your right hand. Reach the arm up. Drape the strap down the back of the body. Bend the right elbow. Left arm kind of tucks behind you and holds onto the strap. Any place on that strap is fine to hold. The more you aim to the top of the strap, eventually the strap will disappear and you can interlock the fingers. We're trying to reduce the amount of strain it takes in the body to create those body-to-body locks. Generally will create more tension than necessary to make the shapes happen, and it creates all sorts of contortions throughout the rest of the body. Keep that gentle pulling down of the left arm to deepen the crease of the right elbow. Just take 2 full rounds of breath here. Keeping the chest as easy, as soft as possible. Nice. As you inhale, just release the strap, open the right arm up. I drop the strap and take the right arm across the body. Hook it under with the left arm, in and across the body. Next, inhale, release the arm, sweep them all the way up, take a breath in. As you exhale, grip the hands behind you. Change the interlock of the fingers, find the uncomfortable grip before rolling the shoulders back and up. Here I lean back ever so slightly and use the fist as like a tripod to roll the chest forwards and up. Find that lift from underneath the shoulder blades. Release the chest, drop the chin. Bring the arms forward into a tabletop position, spread the hands forwards. Take an inhale, lift the chest into your cow pose. Exhale, angry cat. Tuck your tailbone underneath, chin towards your chest. Twice more like that. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and down. And then exhale, forwards and off your back, let them slide and create space between them. Last time here, inhale. Exhale. Tuck the toes and send your hips straight back into a downward facing dog. Bend the knees and find a moment to open the front of the body. So you're reaching your chest towards your thighs to open the shoulder joints, but then tuck your front ribs back in, and it's like you're twisting jam jars with your hands, externally rotating. The shoulder blades will slide down your back. From here, pedal one foot down and then the other, opening the backs of the legs and the calves. Try and keep your head as relaxed between your arms as possible during this. Take your feet to the width of the mat, so we're creating a wider A-frame. And then walk your hands one hand width closer to your feet. Now you can bend your knees quite a bit here if you like. Take your left hand and wrap it around the outer right ankle. Look underneath your right armpit towards the ceiling and use the pull of your left hand to rotate your chest underneath yourself. Center the weight between your feet, point your tailbone towards the ceiling. Keep pushing into your right hand. Slowly release back to center. Straight to the other side. Right hand around the outer left ankle. Look towards the ceiling and use the pull of your arm to rotate your ribs around to the left. Breathing deeply into the right side of the body. Slowly release that right hand down. Beautiful. From here, keeping the feet wide, take your footsteps to the top of the mat. Move your hands so they're in between the feet. Hang in a ragdoll. Bend the knees slightly and move the knees out over your pinky toes so you've got that slight external rotation and your ribs can hopefully fit between your legs. Swing your torso from side to side. Find that draping of the spine. Like an elephant's trunk, you can create this nice hanging feeling. Make those swings smaller and smaller until you find center once more. Release the grip of the elbows. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. And then bend deeply into your left knee. Plant your left hand down on the floor and open your right arm towards the ceiling. From here, bend your right arm behind you. Now here you've got two choices. Either this hand can go onto the inner left thigh and create a half bind, or it can stay on the outer thigh. Left arm goes onto the inner left leg and bends up to hold on to the hand. Now if the hands aren't available to you, this is where your strap can come in handy. Now I don't think you might need it for this pose because you can bend that left knee kind of unlimited amounts to create the bind, but you can always use that strap as a connector for the hands. Release the head as much as you can so the top of the head is carrying you forwards. When you're ready to release, just drape the arms forwards. Take another halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find your flat back. Bend your right knee deeply, plant your right hand. Left arm opens up towards the ceiling. And then from here, drape it back behind you. Either finding the half bind, you can squeeze that hand onto the inner right thigh, or the right arm goes through the middle of your legs, bends at the elbow, and you can clasp the hands behind you. Now here, once you find your bind, it's tempting to let the chest collapse forward. In all binds, you want to try and reach your chest forwards and through to open the back. Keep tipping the head forwards, weight coming into the tops of the toes. Find one more easy breath here. As you empty out, release the hands down. Bend both knees. Roll to standing. Allow your head and your arms to dangle. Inhale, both arms up. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Bring your heels so they're closer together than your toes. You're standing your feet at 45. And from here, we're just going to slowly drop down into a yogi squat. Like you're falling against a wall, keep your spine long and your tailbone down. Nice. Once you get through the center, elbows to the inner knees. Use that pressure of the connection between your elbows and your knees to open them out over your pinky toes. Again, reach your heart forwards. Drop your tailbone down. Plant your left hand down to the side, and then inhale, open your right chest towards the ceiling. In all of these positions, after a bind, you're trying to open the body back up again. And then come back through center. Right hand opens towards the side, left arm opens up. And here you can really transfer the weight into the right foot so you can open the chest right up towards the ceiling. Slowly come back through center. Hands down, rotate the heels back out into a wide forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. And then step your left foot to the back of the mat and drop the knee. Now you can bring that right foot forward any amount, finding a lizard lunge. So that foot is still wide on the mat, so both hands are on the inside of that leg. I rotate the foot out slightly. Plant that right hand on the inner right thigh. Lean into your left arm and then open that leg out to the side. You can do any amount of twist with the spine. Feeling that opening of the hips. Keep dropping your pelvis through towards the mat. Square off your shoulders. Tuck your back toes. Find strength in that back leg. Now there's an option to stay here, or you can start to creep your right arm underneath the hole, underneath your right knee. Plant both hands down firmly. So that's your number one bind. Number two, so you can start to bend your right arm up so it's on the back of your pelvis. From here, this requires a bit more balance. Slowly take the weight out of your left fingertips and bring your left hand behind your pelvis too. You might find a bind. Take a full breath in here, reach your chest forward. And then slowly release as you exhale, drop your back knee. Pivot that shin in and sit yourself down on your pelvis. Inhale, reach your arms up. Then as you exhale, soft forward fold. You're going to stay here for 3 rounds of breath. You can have that right leg activated to any extent. Lifting the kneecap up the thigh and flexing the toes back towards the face will create much more stretch behind the back of the knee. If it's quite intense for you, then relax the foot and find a soft bend in the knee. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, relax the body long across the leg. Through a curved spine, roll yourself up. Cross the ankles, rock forwards into your tabletop. Tuck the toes and find a downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. And you can take some organic movements at any point during this series if you want to roll the hips around and find some juice through these poses. Slowly take your feet for a walk to the top of the mat. Take your feet to the width of the mat. I'm going to take this a little bit quicker now, so take a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your left hand, bend your left knee. And then inhale, open your right arm. Exhale, bend the arm behind you and create a full or a half bind. A little halfway lift with the chest, maybe trying to straighten the arms. As you exhale, softly bend everything and melt down towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your right hand, bend your right knee. Inhale, open the left arm up. Then on the empty, create the bind as you soften through the chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach your chest forwards. And then exhale, melt everything back down. Keep it soft as you roll up to standing. On your next inhale, reach the arms up. Pivot the toes out, heels in, and exhale, sink all the way down into your Malasana squat. Left hand down. Inhale, right arm opens. Exhale through center. Right hand down, left arm opens. And exhale through center. Hands down, heels move out. Come into a wide forward fold. Take a halfway lift and breathe in. This time your right leg moves back. Drop your knee down. We're finding a lizard lunge, so that front foot is wide. Find a gentle rotation of the toes out. Left arm to the inner left thigh. Push it out and rotate the chest any amount. Keep that left ankle strong. So as you roll onto the blade edge of the foot, the ankle's not collapsing and rolling over itself. The knee is still in line with the toes. Sink the hips forwards. Again, organic movement if you so desire. Squaring off the shoulders to the mat. Plant that left foot. Engage your right leg off the mat. Now you can stay here or wriggle that left arm underneath the left thigh. Again, staying here is another option. We want to create as much strength through the feet as possible. Rotate that left arm up behind the pelvis. Gradually take weight out of the right arm and it perhaps joins. Grasping the hands, reach your chest forward and sink your hips down. Take a breath in. Slowly release as you exhale. Relax your back knee. Send the hips back. Get yourself comfortable. Inhale, lift the arms up. And then exhale and forward fold. Again, adjust that front leg so that the sensation of the stretch is a good amount for you. Nothing too intense so that you're using your muscles to grip and hold on to the pose. But obviously we want to feel some sensation of the stretch. So flexing the toes if we want to create a stronger stretch. Keep wriggling your chest and stomach further along that leg. Take a halfway lift and breathe in. Exhale and forward fold any amount deeper. Roll yourself up. Cross the ankles, send the body forwards. Moving through a tabletop, tuck the toes, find downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Next inhale, look to your hands and lift your heels. Exhale, bend the knees, and then using a big step, one foot and then the other right in between your hands and forward fold. Halfway lift and breathe in. Exhale, empty out and drop your head down. Bend your knees, roll to standing, piece by piece, working through the spine. Really take your time here, about 2 breaths to come all the way up. Inhale, both arms up. As you exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale, roll your shoulders back and down, the fist reach down your hamstrings and lift your chest. As you exhale, keep the grip and forward fold. Exhale. You can bend your knees softly here. Keep reaching the fists away from your body. Try and keep your palms connected. Gently release the bind. Halfway lift and inhale. Send your right leg back into a warrior one pose. So ground your back foot at a 45-degree angle. And as you inhale, lift your body up. I always step my left foot out slightly. So we're working on train tracks here and not a tightrope. Pull your left thigh back as you roll your right hip forwards. Take a full breath in and reach your chest up. Exhale, reclasp your hands behind your back. Inhale again, lift your chest and drop your fists. Humble warrior, bring your body forwards and over your left thigh. If possible, bringing your chest onto the inside of your left thigh. We're still in our warrior one pose, so bring that left hip back, roll the right hip forward. So we're not letting our hips swing out to the side completely. Drop your head. Fix the gaze onto your back foot. Take one more full round of breath here. Stay for your exhale. Release the hands and inhale back to your warrior one. Warrior two, respin your back foot. Find a wider pose. Flip your front hand. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then exhale, come into extended side angle. And we're all going to start by resting our forearm on our thigh and reaching our right arm above our head. Now here, make sure your strap is in with reach. Couple of options. Right arm comes back behind you. You bend at the elbow and perhaps wriggle your fingers onto the inside of your left thigh. Use that grip to open your right chest a little more towards the ceiling. If that feels comfortable for you, then you can start to reach your left arm down towards the floor. Here's where your strap might come in handy. If you want to go for a full bind, bend your left arm through the hole in your legs, and with a strap or without, find a clasp of your hands behind your back. Again, collapsing in the chest is what we want to avoid. If we're finding a very tight position, use the strap to open your right chest towards the ceiling and re-find your flat position. Drop your weight down into your front knee. Take one round of breath here. Maybe looking to the floor for some more stability. Release the bind. Come all the way up, straighten your front knee. Reach your hands towards the ceiling. And then forward fold over wide legs. Now if your head is very close to the floor, then step your feet in closer. If you're feeling very tight in this position, perhaps try widening the feet. Keep tipping the weight forwards into the toes. We can create a bind here as well by clasping the hands behind the back and re-extending them up above the head. Use the weight of the head and the fist to keep carrying you forwards. Roll the inner thighs back and up. Lift the kneecaps up the thighs. Two rounds of breath here. Full and slow. Gently release the legs and the arms. Roll yourself to standing. Inhale, reach both arms above your head. Exhale, find your warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Now if you found the bind, re-find it once more. From here, look towards your left foot, bend in your right knee and step your right foot up to the top of the mat so you're matching your left. From here, start to lift your left heel. Feel the strength in your right foot and you'll slowly lift your left leg off the floor. Now here we want to roll the shoulders back, push your hips forward and your left leg will come out to the side. For extended Baddha Paradise, you start to extend that left leg out to the side.
Fix your gaze on something steady. And when you're ready, bend the knee in. We're trying to reverse that process exactly with the same amount of control. Slowly release the grip of the arms. Hang your forward fold. You can bend one knee and then the other just to rinse out the folds. Bend the knees and slowly come to standing. Inhale, bring both arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. We'll take 3 rounds of breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Twice more like that. Release the arms. Inhale, reach them up high. Take 2 rounds of breath here, continuously tipping the weight forwards, allowing the weight of the hands to carry the body over the legs. Gently release the grip and take a halfway lift. Inhale. Step the left leg back into a warrior one position. Plant your back foot at a 45-degree angle. Take your right foot out slightly as you inhale, lift the body up. Pull that right thigh back in, roll the left hip forward as you exhale. Lift the chest and take a breath in. Clasp your hands behind your back and find the alternate grip once more. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, trace the back thigh with your fist. And as you empty out, again, pull the body forwards onto the inside of your right leg. Still maintaining that warrior one. Pull your right thigh back. Drop your head. Peer towards your back foot and soften into your right knee. Release through the top of your head. Take 1 full round of breath here. Stay for your exhale, sink the hips once more. Release the hands. Inhale, bring your body all the way up. Warrior two and spread yourself out nice and wide. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extend to side angle. Start with your half bind. So that's taking your top arm, rotating it and bending at the elbow so you can sneak the hand onto the inner right thigh. If you want to go for a full bind, start to trace your hand down towards the floor, possibly taking that hand through the space between your legs. Using the brace, you can connect the hands more easily with a gap, using a strap to pull that part together. Use the extension of your chest to elongate the spine, but sink into your right leg. Take a round of breath here, opening your left chest towards the ceiling. Slowly release the grip. Inhale, stretch your right leg, pivot those toes in, reach your arms above your head, and forward fold once more over wide legs. From here, adjust the position to suit you. If you want to take another bind of the arms, stretch them above your head as before, or you can clasp onto the outer ankles, and using the hands as levers, you can pull your chest through between the space in your legs. Keep tipping the weight forwards so that one day your head might reach the floor. Roll your inner thighs back and up and tip your pelvis forwards. Release the head. You can always give it a shake no and yes to see if it's got the full weight pouring downwards. Wherever you are, release your grip and bend your knees to roll standing. Next, inhale, lift both arms up, reach the chest up high. Warrior two, just spin on your front foot to readjust. Reverse warrior, inhale, reach for the ceiling. Extended side angle once more. Refind your first position. If that's a half bind, then maintain this as you move forwards. Otherwise, find your full bind. Bend into your left foot and then slowly step that foot up to the top of the mat. If you're in your half bind, then you can pull yourself up to an adjusted stalk pose. If you're in your full bind, then start to transfer the weight into the left foot and pull yourself up into your bird of paradise. If you want to extend that leg, right leg moves forwards. Coming out the way you came in, try and control the motion as much as you can as you land that foot down. Release the grip and hang in your forward fold. Take a halfway lift and breathe in. As you exhale, heel toe your feet out to the sides and sink your hips down towards your heels from Vinyasa. Hands to your heart center. Use the pressure of your elbows against your knees to lift your chest and keep your knees moving outwards. Left hand goes down wide. Right arm inhale open. Exhale through center. Right hand down. Inhale, left arm open. And then back through center. Hands move forward, heels move out. Drop the head down. Take a halfway lift. Forward fold and heel toe your feet together. One last halfway lift. Empty out. Bend your knees and roll to standing.